Hello everyone, Filipina Page here, and today we're going to discuss on why many Filipinas run away from Filipino men. This is actually a request from one of my internet friends, and yep, shout out to JFK Gomez. Thank you very much for your request, and there are several others from my other internet friends, and I apologize. This has been long delayed, even this video right now, because I've been so busy, and yeah, I've changed my work shift. So now instead of 2 p.m. till 11 in the evening, now I'm getting up 3 a.m. until 2, 3 in the afternoon. But as usual, I take 3 buses a day to and fro. So I arrive home very late. Not very, very late, but it's really like exhausted, drained from the day. Anyways, yeah, so first of all, I would rather choose to say, why do many Filipinas prefer foreign men nowadays? Okay, with due respect to my friend JFK Gomez who requested this video, okay? I know it's not the literal sense of it that he means, but I would like it to be something more positive and lighter, to be fair with our Filipino men. Besides, I think, any one of us would always like to be with our own due to cultural similarities and understanding and stuff like that. That's given, right? Yeah, but the question still remains, of course, especially now that it has been very popular, this movement. And this is not actually a new issue for it's not issue, how can I say, it's not really something new to us or a new concept to us in the Philippines, because since pre-colonial times until colonial period, there has been a lot of mixed marriages already, or foreign men and Filipinas who have been together and married for a long time, even so, especially when there was the US military bases in the Philippines, and especially when we were under the American occupation for almost 50 years. And even the Spaniards, of course, that historically we are under them for 330 years. The Japanese, there has been trades already going on, barter trades, even before the Spaniards came. People from Asian neighbors, people from India, from China, from Arab countries. We've been doing that, and a lot of Filipinos have already been married to foreign men those times. So it's not a new thing to us. It just happens probably right now. It's really like controversial, let's say, issue, or more popular issue right now because of the conflict, if I may say so, of Western women and Western men within them, and we are just being dragged in the issue because Western men have been really coming in to us right now. And yeah, in my previous videos I said that the influx of foreign arrivals in the Philippines has really soared up high, really unexpectedly, like beyond the expectations of our Department of Tourism and our government. So yeah, thank you for that, because it helped our economy, to be honest. Thank you. So yeah, anyways, going back, every one of us, anyone, would always like to have a partner that is from our own race or from our own, people, of course, because it's more easier, to be honest. Let's be frank about it. It's more easier in a lot of ways, okay? But why go out of the tribe, especially nowadays, especially with Filipinas? Why do they want and accept and desire to have foreign men as partners, like forever partners? Okay, now there are really actually many different reasons. So I categorize this into two. different kinds of reasoning. So one is inductive reasoning. These are more of subjective and personal reasons and observations of Filipinos to form a general conclusion. This is explorable, this is flexible, and this requires qualitative analysis. Let's take, for instance, some Filipinos desire to have, even Filipino men, desires to have mixed race because of physical features. The offsprings tend to be more. I'm not saying that Filipino offsprings are, of course, no, not like that, but the physical features are more distinct because Filipinos are physically like short girls, have this flat nose, or how you say that, not so pointed nose. And most of popular showbiz personalities in the Philippines are mixed race. Like, they're really more looking attractive, to be honest. You could see a lot of our representatives in beauty pageants. They are mixed blood. We have Miss Universe Pia Wurtzbach in 2018 and Catriona Gray. They're really tall, and you can really be globally competitive in beauty pageant wise, in the sense of the height especially. Okay, you're lucky if you will see a Filipina which is more than like 5'4", 5'3", 5'5", and higher. Yes, usually it's just 4'11", 5'1". Okay, me, I'm 5'4". There are a lot still who is clinging to that colonial mentality, because our old generations were mind conditioned by the colonizers from the West that we are an inferior race, and even with beauty standards are injected in our minds, especially to our Filipino men before, that being white-skinned and fair-skinned women are the beautiful women. Sort of a status symbol there, like you belong to a rich family, you are well off, and yeah, you're beautiful. That's how they look at it there. Even until now, it's still prevalent. That's why a lot of Filipinas really wanted to have white skin, taking this glutathione bablas and bleaching soap and lotion, and even going procedures like that. Men, things like that for women. But for women, mostly, we wanted tall, dark, and handsome kind of men. Like, we think that if a man, mostly, not all, there are of course women there that likes also white men or fair-skinned men, but mostly would like dark-skinned, mulatto or moreno, because it symbolizes for us like manhood, masculinity. Because again, it's more associated with women, though fair skin and white skin, the beauty standards for women, that men should say that, oh, she's really white and she's beautiful, like Snow White, like this. That's why. So anyways, yeah, part of the colonial mentality also, it was taught to our older generation, to our ancestors, by the colonizers, that being in the West, there's a lot more opportunities, that being in the West, you are more decent and better. So that's probably the reason why these lovely ladies again are still thinking about that, because the past way of of the slavery thing, period and time, like that they compare it to right now. During the American occupation, our Filipino men who are farmers, engineers, agriculturalists were taken to the United States of America to work on the farm. Number two category is the deductive. reasoning, it is more based on facts to form a predicted result. This usually cannot be incorrect if the premises are true. For instance, it is undeniable that the Philippines has a rise of domestic violence against women and children. You could see that in YouTube, a lot in the news like that. And this is one of the most common reasons of separation of women there. There are many crimes about husbands beating their wives, and the children even raped their own children. Worst scenarios. They're really, how can I say it properly? It's kind of morbid, but yeah, their life will be taken away. Basically, more because the man is into drugs or other vices like gambling or always drinking. This is factual that men drink a lot there after work, not just just chill one glass of wine. Or when they drink really from dusk till dawn. That results to even street fights and a lot of to be honest, that's the sad part of the situation there, to be honest. It's reality, and I don't want to sugarcoat. You could see a lot of cases like that in the Philippines, even more worse. Like, really, the whole family was, how could I say this in a good way? Their life were really taken by the men out of petty reasons, that he is drunk or he is high on drugs, like that. Okay, so second is the lack of sense of responsibility of men and men leadership in the household. The general ideal desire and dream of a Filipina is to have a man leader in the house that could discipline, guide them, be the pillars of the home, protect, provide, all these traditional roles of the man, because automatically the woman will do her part too, unspokenly. There are a lot of cases that at first some Filipino men will really be very very nice, and they do the courtship like for months and face the family and blah blah blah, and then after a few months they change because of maybe peer pressure, environment, or problems in finances. They actually are not prepared to really build a family. We often see that a man should be the leader, like to provide. He can provide, not really to the extent that he is rich, that he really needs to provide the luxury. No, just the generosity and being a man in the house. Because of the conservative culture of the Philippines also, that you date to marry, you cannot be pregnant before marriage, you cannot engage in sex before marriage. But then, curiosity kills the cat. They also wanted, if they're pregnant, to have that man to be their husband. Stop. Just like that. Both are not ready to build a family. Then the parents, actually, some parents there don't want them to get married, don't want them to live together, or the parents or the family don't like the man, so they want their daughter to be single and just supporting the child on their own. The whole family, the parents, the grandparents will help in raising the child. And also, one of the reasons for separation is that there is a lot of disloyalty and vices, especially more of from the men. There are women right now who is really crazy to to cheat. There are, but mostly it's men because of the culture. There is like a belief system that when men have more women, it increases their macho image, and the peer pressure, that the pride that they have, that, oh, I'm still, but our culture doesn't allow that, because we are always monogamous, except for our Muslim brothers and sisters that who practices polygamy. But generally, we always have this one man, one woman system. The Philippines socio-economic structure is basically dependent on the foundation of the family and patriarchy. Women there, or the society, doesn't really like rant about it, or really like in conflict of that. Based on domestic roles and responsibilities, we still follow that patriarchal system in the household, which is good, and we really like that way. So most women there, if a man is not a leader, they get turned off. They don't like that the women, that we women are the dominant ones in the home. That's the reason why we will say that the man, or our husband or our boyfriend, is irresponsible. If we are the ones dominating the family, the women is dominating the family, we don't like that. So women will find men, the reason that they cheat, some of them will cheat because they're looking for a man that is a leader, dominant one, responsible one. It's wrong. Actually, when you are already married, you're gonna be accused of concubinage. Women will be seen as the bad ones, really. We don't think it really like, oh, why is it the men that are the good ones? And no, because it's true. If women do that, it's more severe. It's more kind of off. We are supposed to take care of ourselves, our honor, our dignity. As women, we are not like men that they are hunters. Women are supposed to be well preserved, refined. When a man or head of the home is into so-called Filipino men's national sport of having mistresses, that will really lead to family destruction and hardship. Because, it's not easy. You have one, two girls, or two families. It's really, really expensive. Not expensive that the girl wants ask you like that, but to maintain a family of two, it will be detrimental to the relationship, with the wife and kids, and to the extended families. Then we have the past traumatic experiences. Most women, all over the world, tend to compare their past relationships to the present relationship. There will be a lot of fears and doubts. There are also inacceptance of reality, which is mostly happening in the West. In the Philippines, and a classic example is, the status of single moms or single mothers, which I will talk on a separate video, because there has been a little bit of confusion going on about this, like about statistically. Then, of course, women who have dark pasts, being raped and sexually abused, tortured, beaten into drugs and prostitution. I would say, since our culture are still conservative by nature, it is unlikely easy for Filipino women with these experiences to be taken seriously or to be desired by Filipino men compared to other race, especially in the West, or because the Westerners are more open-minded and modern. All right. I'm not saying that, of course, as a whole, men, of course, likes younger and virgins. I'm just saying about Filipino men. I mean, there's more chances to still have a family when you have foreign men, because there are divorcees, widowers, that are still looking for a new family, that they can have a companion and love again. And but in the Philippines, it's very rare and seldom. So if I mean anywhere in the world, they're really after younger women. That being said, Filipinas understand that they are not the first choice anymore. Filipinas who have this past, different pasts that I mentioned earlier, they do understand that they are not the first choice anymore. So the tendency is they will pull away, they will seclude themselves, try their luck somewhere else. Because in the Philippines there's no divorce. So there's rare chances to find a new love, a new family, unless if the Filipino man is a widow also, or really an old bachelor. So they will try their luck to find somewhere else outside their own, so that they can still fulfill their desire for a complete family and for love. Actually, the economic reasons, it's secondary, this one, of course. It's even existing there in rich countries or in the West, right? Thinking that they are rich, independent, and have these good jobs, they can afford a lot of things, luxuries in life. How much more in the Philippines? I'm not promoting this, okay? I'm just giving you the comparison and contrast that it's existing there. How much more in poor countries or developing countries, or in a country where the population is 115 million. The economic reasons that goes along with the desire of having a foreign man, of course, it comes with it. Even not for to foreign men, women also always wanted to be financially secured with their men, because it's the natural way of things, right? That men are providers. But it doesn't mean that the man will only just provide and give you this and that and you don't do nothing. No, Filipinas don't think that way, that they will just get. Of course there are, I'm not saying all, there are hookers, swindlers, scammers. It's everywhere, it's not just in the Philippines. So yeah, you just have to choose wisely and be careful. The first thing that really comes in our mind and in our hearts is a family that we will love and we will be loved back, and we will build a family. That's why also that a lot of families even jump into building a family without even money, like really not prepared, honestly. So they will just cross the bridge when they get there, usually. If they love, they just love. They love whom they love. Okay, so next video, watch out for it. I hope I can do it soon. It's a video request also, long time. It's on my list. Thank you very much. Bye everyone.